Welcome to Spectrum News at 10. I am Emedion James, coming to you live from Uyo. Let's take a look at today's headlines. President Tinubu appoints Tunji Disu as Acting Inspector General of Police. Federal government approves U.S. Congress report, says no policy of religious persecution. Plus, Trump hails economic, threatens Iran in longest state of the Union. We'll bring you details of these stories and more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. Good morning and thank you for staying tuned. First in the news this morning is that President Bola Tinubu has appointed Assistant Inspector General of Police Tunji Disu as the Acting Inspector General of Police. These followed the resignation of Kayode Gbatukun as the IGP. A statement issued by his presidential spokesman, Bayo Onanuga, noted that in the view of the current security challenges confronting the nation and acting in accordance with exact laws and legal guidance, President Tinubu approved the appointment of Assistant Inspector General of Police Tunji Disu to serve as Acting Inspector General of Police with immediate effect. Until his appointment, Disu served as Assistant Inspector General in charge of the Police Criminal Investigation Department, Annex Alegbon, Lagos, where he was promoted to the rank of Assistant Inspector General of Police last year. Away from that, the federal government has responded to a joint report by two United States House committees on alleged Christian persecution in Nigeria, describing the development as an opportunity for deeper engagement and broader cooperation between both countries. In a statement issued by the Minister of Information and National Orientation, Mohammed Idris, the government said it had taken note of the recommendations contained in the report submitted on Monday to the White House by the House Foreign Affairs Committee and the House Appropriations Committee. While acknowledging that parts of the country continue to grapple with serious security challenges, including terrorism, banditry and communal clashes, the federal government stressed that violence confronting Nigeria is not rooted in state policy or religious bias. The government expressed a deep concern over the loss of lives and destruction of property caused by criminal elements, extending sympathies to victims and their families regardless of faith, ethnicity or region. It further reaffirmed Nigeria's constitutional commitment to religious freedom. The government noted that the Constitution guarantees freedom of religion and worship for all citizens and assured equal protection under the law. In the meantime, the federal government and the United Kingdom, UK, are set to deepen partnerships that would ensure that the existing Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) between the two countries on migration management and returns are updated. The government said the MOU would facilitate efficient, lawful and humane migration processes and strengthen security cooperation and expand economic opportunities for Nigeria and the UK. Minister of Interior Dr. Olubunmi Tunji disclosed this in Abuja during a meeting with the British High Commissioner to Nigeria, Dr. Richard Montgomery. The minister emphasized that migration management remained a shared responsibility and a critical pillar of Nigeria's strategic security partnership with the United Kingdom. A statement signed by the head of Press and Public Relations Unit in the ministry Mary Ali, noted that both countries are currently working to finalize an updated Memorandum of Understanding on Migration and Returns. From the Red Chambers, the Senate has cautioned the Southeast Development Commission to focus on delivering meaningful development to the people and avoid turning the agency into an avenue for siphoning public funds. The warning came during a budget defense session where the Commission's management team appeared before the Senate Committee on Southeast Development Commission to present its proposed 140 billion naira 2026 budget. Chairman of the committee, Oji Kalu, charged the Commission to remain committed to addressing the long-standing needs of communities across the region, stressing that the agency must not repeat the mistakes that have plagued similar development bodies in the past. According to him, the Commission was created following the recognition of decades of neglect and hardship experienced in the Southeast by President Bola Tinubu, noting that the committee would exercise strict oversight on the Commission's activities, particularly in the implementation of projects to ensure tangible benefit for the people. We move now to the Green Chambers, where the House of Representatives has summoned contractors handling renewable energy projects under the Rural Electrification Agency, Energizing Education Progress 1 to Phase 3. This is part of an ongoing probe into the implementation of green energy initiatives across federal institutions. The directive issued by the House Committee on Renewable Energy follows resolution adopted on October 22, 2025, mandating a review of the placement and execution of renewable energy projects in ministries, departments, and agencies. In a letter to the REA, the committee requested that all contractors present themselves with full project documentation, including contract awards, executed agreement, engineering drawings, feasibility studies, project status reports, commissioning records, and maintenance agreements. Projects under review include solar hybrid installations in several federal universities and teaching hospitals nationwide. Chairman of the Committee on Renewable Energy, Afang Ogene, said the hearing aims to ensure compliance with due process, verify project quality, and assess the sustainability of installations. Meanwhile, Speaker of the House Abbas Tajuddin, represented by Deputy Leader Ibrahim Halims, described the inquiry as a crucial parliamentary assignment aimed at strengthening transparency and institutional integrity. Back here, Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Moino yesterday said that the implementation of the Treasury Single Account TSA in the state will boost revenue growth and serve as a strategic tool to drive holistic development, enhance transparency, and strengthen accountability across ministries, departments, and agencies. Speaking during an engagement with revenue officers and key stakeholders at the Banquet Hall, Government House, Uyo, the governor explained that eliminate leakages and provide to support planning and other development initiatives. Highlighting gains from the ongoing system reforms, Governor Ino revealed that over 2,000 unaccredited workers have been uncovered within the state civil service through a digital verification exercise driven by the Ministry of Science and Digital Economy, and appreciated the Commissioner for helping to drive the vision. In his opening remarks, the Commissioner for Finance, Almon Bob, described the TSA initiative as a major public financial management reform under the present administration. He explained that the engagement was designed to address stakeholders' concerns and agree on modalities for the remittance of operational funds to revenue-generating MDAS and institutions. Also speaking, the Deputy Speaker of the Akwa Ibom State House of Assembly, Kufre Abasi Didem, the Chairman of the House Committee on Finance and Preparation, Dr. Itorobong Etem, and the State Accountant General, Pastor Uwem Andre Sien, applauded the governor for institutionalizing a sustainable digital system that would endure beyond his tenure. They expressed satisfaction with the innovation and assured stakeholders that anticipated bottlenecks had been resolved to guarantee a seamless transition. Government House correspondent Jen Owa reports that high point of the event was a detailed presentation on the state remittance platform Aqua Remit by the Commissioner for Science and Digital Economy, Dr. Frank Ekpenyong, outlining operational guidelines and compliance expectations under the TSA framework. We move now to Africa, where Senegal's Prime Minister Ousmane Sonko has revealed legislation that will increase the maximum punishment for same-sex relations to up to 10 years in prison. The legislation also imposes 3 to 7 years in prison for what it describes as anyone who engages in advocacy for same-sex relations. Ousmane Sonko told Parliament that anyone committing an act against nature will be punished by 5 to 10 years imprisonment. Meanwhile, the move has been strongly condemned by human rights groups. Still in Africa, the president of Madagascar, Michael Ryan, that could mark the beginning of a thorn in diplomatic relations. According to LC, discussions will include the provision of humanitarian aid to Madagascar in the wake of the devastating cyclones that battered the island. This comes days after Madagascar's president headed to Russia, where the two frame up cooperation on defense and energy. Reports say the trips have sparked concerns among some residents on the island as they question their benefit. As he delivered the longest ever State of the Union speech to Congress. In an address, Trump repeatedly pushed his economic agenda, saying he had overseen a turnaround for ages. He added that his preference is to solve Iran problem through diplomacy, but warned the country against pursuing foreign. The U.S. has announced plans to provide on-site passport services this week in a settlement in the West Bank, marking the first time American consular officials have offered such services to settlers in the occupied territory. According to reports, most of the wells consider Israel's West Bank settlements illegal under international law relating to military occupation. Meanwhile, Palestinians have long sought the West Bank for a future independent state, alongside Gaza and East Jerusalem, adding that this month, Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's right-wing cabinet approved measures making it easy for settlers to seize Palestinian land. Still to come in the news. Atletico Madrid defeats Club Brugge 4-1 in UEFA Champions League. Stay tuned for details of this in just a moment. Many thanks for staying tuned, and let's go over to the concluding part of today's stories. On the business news, the Central Bank of Nigeria, CBN, has cut the interest rate by 50 basis points to 26.50% from 27%. The CBN Governor Olayemi Cardoso announced this in a press briefing after its 304th Monetary Policy Committee meeting. Cardoso said the decision was unanimously agreed upon by all members of MPC. He said the committee retained a cash reserve ratio at 45% for commercial banks and 16% for merchant banks, while the 75% CRR on non-TSA public sector deposits was equally maintained. Cardoso added that the liquidity ratio was retained at 30% and the standing facility corridor was adjusted to plus 50/minus 450 basis points around the monetary policy rate. Still in business, Dangote Petroleum Refinery and Petrochemicals will supply between 60 to 65 million litres of premium motor spirit (PMS) daily to meet national demand, effectively position the country for sustained fuel self-sufficiency. The firm will export up to 20 million litres in surplus. The president of Dangote Group, Aliko Dangote, disclosed the development in Lagos, confirming that a structured offtake agreement has been concluded with selected marketers to ensure nationwide distribution and stem supply instability. Reports say Nigeria's average daily petrol consumption stands at between 50 and 60 million litres. The refinery's output therefore exceeds current domestic requirement, marking a decisive break from decades of fuel import dependency and intermittent scarcity. In health, the First Lady, Senator Tinubu, has officially launched the Flow with Confidence Sanitary Pad initiative, a landmark program aimed at improving menstrual health and hygiene among schoolgirls across the country. Speaking during the launch in Umuahia, the Abia State capital, the First Lady said the core objective of the initiative is to empower schoolgirls through education on menstrual hygiene intended to promote confidence and dignity. The First Lady, who was represented by the wife of the Abia State Governor, Priscilla Oti, stressed that no girl should ever be forced to miss school because she cannot afford sanitary materials. She noted that the program was carefully designed for the well-being of the girl child across the Federation, with particular emphasis on girls in rural communities. Now to sports, where Alexander Skarloth scored his first Champions League hat-trick to help Atletico Madrid defeat a resilient club, Brugge, and set up a last 16 tie with either Tottenham or Liverpool. The Norway striker opened the scoring in the 23rd minute when he collected a long ball from keeper Jan Oblak, and his half-volley screamed past Simon Mignolet. But Brugge leveled 13 minutes later when Joel O'Donis, who scored an own goal in the home first leg when the two sides drew 3-3 headed level from a corner. With the tie in balance, United States international Johnny Cardoso thrashed home a low strike 3 minutes into the second half to put Atletico Madrid 5-4 ahead on aggregate. The impressive Skarloth then added glows to the La Liga side's performance with 2 goals in the final 14 minutes at the Wanda Metropolitano. They will face either Spurs or Liverpool in the next round. Still in sport, Rookie Khan became the fastest player to reach 200 three-pointers in NBA history as the Charlotte Hornets defeated the Chicago Bulls 131-99. The 20-year-old American scored 21 points, including 3 three-pointers, while Brandon Miller added 23 as the visiting Hornets condemned the Bulls to a 10th consecutive defeat for the first time since the 2018 to 2019 season. Cohen needed only 58 games to tally up his 200th three-point and is also just the second rookie to reach the milestone. With a league-leading 201 three-pointers, Cohen only needs 6 more to break Keegan Murray's record of 206 in 2022 to 2023 for the Sacramento Kings for the most threes made by the rookie in the first season. On entertainment news, Nollywood actor Ray Emodi has announced his exit from the film industry, citing traumatic experiences on movie set and family pressures. In an Instagram video message, Emodi revealed that he filmed in life-threatening situations, including a town plagued by violence under gunshots were audibly during filming. He added that he is transitioning to music, releasing a project and promising quality content. And that's all we have for you at this time. To ensure to follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, all of which you can find on our website at spectrumtvlive.ng. You have been watching Spectrum News at 10. I am Emedion James. Do enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.